worst economy since the Great Depression. Millions of people have lost their jobs, and millions of more people will lose their jobs unless we do something. And so, even before Barack Obama got sworn in today, members of Congress got sworn in on January 6th for a new term. And so we've already started working on this economic recovery and stimulus package, which is going to pump about $1 trillion into the economy, and hopefully we'll get things going. But jobs and economic security, health care for all. I think we're going to have a bill that's going to provide universal health care. The environment, becoming energy independent, dealing with issues like global warming, creating new jobs through green technologies. I think we're going to try to fix Social Security and Medicare, these big entitlement programs. So I think domestically we have a lot to do, and I think this president is thinking in a big and bold way, and we're going to try to fix some of these problems. Internationally, I expect the war in Iraq to end. If we're still in Iraq a year from now, I'll be very disappointed. I think we're going to have we're going to focus more on human rights. That we're going to, I think, be a better guardian of human rights around the world. We're going to stop torture. We're going to close Guantanamo. And I think dealing with the issue of nuclear proliferation of nuclear weapons, we have to deal with that. But I think you're going to see big, bold, dynamic change, the kind of change that when you read your history books that you read about in the New Deal with Franklin Roosevelt or the Great Society with Lyndon Johnson. I think this is time for big, dramatic change.
Right, thank you.
To add to that, because actually one of the themes that Rachel and my name is Karen.
I'm Rachel.
And we were talking about comparisons between NPR and like the current economic situation. Do you feel it's accurate to make those comparisons with Obama, not even his first day in office?
Well, expectations are high. When Franklin Roosevelt became president, people were hopeful, and the economy was a mess, but people believed that he was going to turn things around. He was talking about big, bold, dramatic initiatives to change things around. Look, no two situations are exactly alike. I mean, Great Depression, was one thing, and kind of the situation we are in now is another thing. They're not exactly the same. But the economy is bad. Expectations are high, maybe unrealistically high. But people want Obama to deliver, and they want him to do things that are significant. They don't want a tax cut. They want major investments in our infrastructure. They want government to step up and help give people jobs or help create jobs. So, I think the comparison is accurate. Both face difficult economic situations, and both promised big, bold, dynamic initiatives. So, in that sense, they're the same.
My name's Katrina, and Andrew and I are working on a theme of the specific changes we can expect from Obama and what people are looking for him to address. What kind of changes do you think we can see in regard to his foreign policy and relations with other countries?
Well, I'm hoping, because I've been advocating this for a long time, so I'm hoping he'll do it, but I'm hoping we'll start improving our relations with Cuba. I think, we will be more outspoken in the area of human rights. I think they'll take, hopefully, more decisive action with regard to Darfur. Maybe a no-fly zone or something just to stop the killing there. I think you're going to have a Secretary of State in Hillary Clinton who will be a champion for women's rights. I don't know, you probably don't remember this because you were young, but when she was First Lady, she went over to China and delivered this incredible speech about women's rights and equal rights and human rights on Chinese soil as the First Lady, which the Chinese government flipped out over. But it gave hope and it gave inspiration to all these women's rights activists in China and around the world to stand up because they know they had a champion. And so I think you're going to see some of that. I think if we end the war in Iraq, I think if we close Guantanamo, and if we make it our policy to not torture, then I think people will look at us with great respect and think that that we actually rights to be protected under the law, you know, that everybody should have their day in court if they get arrested. Yet we have all these prisoners that don't have access to an attorney, that don't even get a chance to plead their case. And we now know that some of them who've been jailed for years are innocent. They're nothing, you know. And but I think our standing in the world will increase, and our focus will be on, I think, what most Americans want it to be on, you know, standing for good things.